Hi everyone, let's begin. Harmonization with this session 100% going both ways. Wonderful. So let's take a moment, take a deeper look at the pattern of energy that's presenting itself to us today. So the first thing that I'm noticing, increased textural sensation at the bottoms of my thighs and into my glutes. I'm feeling increased texture, increased vibrational sensation in my seat right now. I'm also feeling that start to wrap around my knees a little bit, just before my knees actually. So the area of your thighs that's just before your knees feels like something is, feels like I'm wearing, what are those called? You know, the little forehead bands that they had in the 80s that were fluffy. Sometimes you would see them around people's legs as well. It feels like one of those that's about this width is kind of wrapped around both of my thighs on both sides. I'm also feeling increased textural sensation on the right heel at this moment in time. Right side is relevant. Right side is relevant in that it's related to masculine energy. Masculine energy having to do with initiating things in the world, starting new projects, putting myself out there is an aspect of masculine energy. All of these things are natural processes, things that I don't have to force, but by being who I am, I have this natural momentum to step into the opportunities that make themselves available to me, right? That's the dance between feminine energy dynamics, left-sided, and masculine energy dynamics, right-sided. The ability to step into the opportunities that are naturally pulled to me with feminine energy is masculine energy, right? So let's go with those textures in my feet and at the base of my thighs. The backs of my thighs are increasing. Significant vibrational sensation between my palms here. Tilting line popping up. Tilting line popping up, moving backwards this way. I'm feeling it pop up as I'm in this position. It's difficult to point to. I'm having something pop up. I can move this arm. Okay. I'm having something pop up at my elbow and my arm in this area. Brachioradialis is the muscle in your forearm that you can see. This guy. That guy. And it's popping up in this area. I gotta refine the position from before. There we go. And I'm feeling it pop up through this muscle, move through this shoulder, and through the ear as well. So it's like it's a line that's moving upwards, backwards in that direction. Something related to the textural sensation in the legs, something related to the textural sensation in this muscle. So we haven't even made it to the legs yet. That's interesting. So this muscle, brachioradialis, usually to do with the stomach meridian, something going on in the stomach meridian. Feeling increased textural sensation underneath this left eye. This is an acupuncture point to do with the stomach meridian. It's only texturally increased on the left. I'm only feeling vibrational sensations increased on the left side, not the right side. Relevant in this case because of feminine energy dynamics. So something going on with masculine energy and feminine energy on both sides, right? We're having difficulty with something going on in terms of our ability to initiate projects, as well as our ability to draw these opportunities towards us, right? But they seem to be correlating with two different organ systems here. So now we're in the stomach to start with. The stomach, something being affected in our feminine energy, our ability to magnetize opportunities towards us, our ability to show up as who we are and do nothing more than that. And by being who we are, everything that we need in the world is attracted to us. Wealth, abundance, health, love, romance, opportunities are all attracted towards us because of the expression that we are. Because of who we are, these things just naturally funnel into our lives. Something in the stomach related to this. Something in the stomach related to I don't know. Okay, so that's fine. Can I know? Yes, wonderful. So if I knew how to receive the information that we need to understand what's going on in the stomach meridian at this point in time, what would I do? I'm hearing acid, so something about stomach acid, and taste in through the left side. Acid in through the right, taste on the left. So something about stomach acid. Again, we're getting a dance between masculine energy and feminine energy. We're getting side switching here, implying this is an issue that's going on with communication between these two aspects, an issue between our ability to receive and our ability to give in a situation. Something about stomach acid, something about taste of stomach acid. The taste of stomach acid is sour. Sour, typically associated with the element of wood in traditional Chinese medicine, constitution-based, right? Individuals who are wood-based in constitution are individuals with a bit more of an aspect of competitiveness within their energy. They like to win, right? They're also typically associated with having the favorite flavor of the things that are sour in the world. Sour is the taste associated with this constitution. And right now, something about that constitution seems to be relevant. So something about wood. Something about wood. Is this to do with competitiveness in a way? Okay, so something about competitiveness, but is it competitiveness? No, so something about competitiveness, but not exactly competitiveness. Comparison. Comparison is the word that's coming to mind. When I compare myself to others and I try to make the things that I make like the things that someone else is making, right? Then I'm unable to express as who I really am. I can model other people around me. I can learn things from other people, but it's about taking in this information and taking in what's useful, dropping the rest, and then making what I'm holding on to into my own stuff, right? I'm utilizing these things in order to create something new in the world, rather than trying to do something that everyone else has done before, right? Because if you're doing something that someone else has done before, it's natural to compare yourself to those people. You want to be the best in a situation. You want to grow to be, the main character, right? But if you're doing something that only you've done before, if you're doing something that naturally comes to you as a result of who you are, then you're already the best. No one could ever be better at that than you, because you're being you. No one can be better at being you than being you. Or sorry, no one can be better at being you than you. Yeah. Something about comparison in the stomach meridian. And I'm feeling nausea. Cool. Increased sensation, very unique sensation. As I swallowing as a result of nausea. Swallowing relevant? No. So the textural sensation as I swallowed due to nausea felt like swallowing a lead ball. Like I felt and something landed down into my lower gut area below my stomach. So now we can finally come into the legs, and I'm feeling a second tilting line popping up. Second tilting line popping up. I'm feeling above my eyebrow here, and then into the base of my skull on the left side occiput here. So I'm feeling these two things connected, creating a tilting line going that way. So we have one tilting line going that way, one tilting line going that way. Tilting lines representative of emotional patterns. I would look into the seminars MED or In Deep with Dr. Richard Bartlett if you'd like to learn more about these tilting lines, more about psycho-emotional energetics. So this lead ball pointing us to something in the gut. The gut also associated with the backs of my thighs and my glutes specifically, as well as the heel on the right side. So that makes me think likely large intestine meridian is our second emotion here. Large intestine meridian affecting primarily masculine energy versus the stomach meridian early affecting primarily feminine energy. Let's run through some organ-emotion correlations here. Something to do with movement. Motility is the word that came in through the left ear. Motility. Motility implying movement of the gut. But in this case, it seems like movement is something that's missing. Mobility easefulness, flow, adaptability. Adaptability is missing. My ability to change in the moment, to be fluid and adaptable to the moment, seems to be something that's missing along my large intestine meridian. These emotions are meant to be there, even the negative ones. Meridians are lines of communication in the way that I see it. They're lines of communication between the brain and specific organ groups. And within that line of communication, within that cable, we also have a lot of other electrical activity running through the cable. Emotions are one of the things that run through that cable. There are many other things, but emotions are one of the things that run through that cable of communication between the brain and this specific organ. So in this situation, the emotion of comparison is supposed to be in the stomach meridian, as well as the emotion of mobility or stuckness, supposed to be in the large intestine meridian. Right? They're supposed to be there. All emotions are allowed. They're all good things for you to move through. Even when they're difficult, there's information on the other side of you allowing emotions to process, allowing emotions to peak and then end. Allows for you to move forward in life and to grow into the person that you're here to authentically be and become, right? It takes moving through the stuck points that we've encountered in the past in order to become the person that we're truly here to be in the now, so that I don't have to worry about anything that was happening then. I don't have to worry about anything that's happening in the future. I can just be here and be me now. I know that I processed all that gunk, at least to the extent that I am aware of right now. My subconscious has presented me every opportunity that I could have right now to process everything that I need to process up until this point, which means that I have everything that I need. I have all the capacity that I need to do all the different things that I need to do in the world at this point, so long as I'm doing this, so long as I'm going through the process of releasing these old emotional things so that I can embody who I am now, not who I was then, right? It's about growing. You're supposed to make mistakes. You're supposed to go through these things where these emotions get stuck in your body, where they get stuck along that pipeline of communication. Because they get stuck there because you're uncomfortable with feeling them, because you've been taught, because we've all been taught that it's not okay for us to really feel our emotions to the fullest extent. But you are supposed to. You are not necessarily supposed to express them to other people, because it's not about other people ever. Even if you think another person made you upset, they're your emotions, and they want to be seen by you. It's like a little kid inside of your mind tugging on your pant leg saying, hey, I feel scared right now. I feel upset right now. I feel like I'm stuck comparing myself to other people right now. And you know how we handle that in day-to-day life? We look at that little kid, we say, I hear ya, that makes me uncomfortable. I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to go fix it. But you have nothing to do with anything that could ever fix it. That has nothing to do with you. That's up to the big man or the big woman upstairs. All that we do is place the order request. God's in charge of the delivery. I have nothing to do with the delivery. So if I want to satisfy this inner child, if I want to really truly integrate their energy and be my fullest version of myself, what I have to do is hear them. They don't want to be seen by other people. They want to be seen by me. They want to be seen by you. There's a little kid inside, a child inside who's saying, I'm scared. I feel stuck comparing myself to other people. And what do they want? They want you to hear them. They don't want you to fix it. They want you to hear them. And if you can really fully immerse yourself into the moment of hearing them and feeling that emotion and allowing it to rise and peak, then it will end and you will be done with it, and you'll have grown from that point forward. That's one step forward in a new direction for who you are as a person. Movement, stuck within the large intestine meridian. Movement, not processing within the large intestine meridian. Movement and stuckness, two emotions that are present within the large intestine meridian. In this case, it seems like movement, motility, adaptability is not present within the connection between our brain and our gut. Likely because of the other tilting line that's popping up becoming more increased in sensation, because of the stomach emotion, right? The stomach emotion of comparison. And both ears are increased in sensation, like they're opening up here, like there's a mosquito flying by both of my ears and they're going like, ooh. Likely in that case to do with listening. So what we talked about before, if emotions come up in your life, they aren't for you to express to other people. They're for you to feel. And if you can feel them and you can get through the full process of feeling your shit, because it's always your shit, even if other people make you feel it, it's still your shit. If you can feel that to the fullest extent and get to the other side, the kinds of responses that you will be able to impart upon these people who made you feel upset, even if that means I'm supposed to pull away from them and now I have the strength to know that I'm not attached to them and I can choose to do that, that then comes from a place of power and pure expression. It doesn't have to come from a place of me shoving my stuff onto other people, because that's never healthy, never has been, never will be. It's something that's been taught to pretty much everyone in the West to do. You just vent to your friends, you vent to your family, you give them your problems. Never good for you, never healthy for you, never has been, never will be. It's about you feeling your stuff. And if you can, then you can move through it so that it becomes done, and you don't have to feel it anymore. No one else has to carry it for you. You don't have to carry it anymore either. You just feel it. And then it ends. But you gotta let yourself feel it. That kid wants to be seen by you and no one else. As we're talking about this, all of these different things are moving. All these different lines are tilting around the body like so. Almost like a vortex is being created. Things are moving around the body in this circular motion through here. Very confusing. It almost feels like I'm in an underwater whirlpool, but it's a bit more chaotic than that. A bit more all over the place. Not straight spiral, but more that wibbly wobbliness as it's going around here. Okay, there's more that we need to know. Let's do a little bit of Garcia Ennergetics. So, no issue with us towards the energy. No issue with the energy towards us. So let's move out of Garcia Ennergetics into a couple of my categories, a couple of my own categories here. Something metaphysical, but we need more information. Something unknown, something I haven't run into before. I have no references for what this is. That's okay. Can I know? If I knew how to better receive the information that is trying to reach us right now, if I knew how to know what was unknown at this moment in time to the extent that it was useful for this session, what would I do? It's as though there's a current of energy moving into my palm here. It's building into a large sphere. That sphere is green in color. Green representative of the emotion of envy in this case. It's swampy. A swampy green, cloudy green, has hints of brown clouds kind of swirling around inside of this sphere. Water moccasin is moving around the surface of the sphere. Snake is moving out of the sphere, down my arm, around the body. It's circling around the top of the head now. It's in a halo shape around the top of the head. This sphere is still here, floating in space. And the snake dives into the center of the sphere. And now it's like I'm underwater in this swampy area. This whole sphere just grew. It grew large enough that it seems like in my visionary space I'm now in the environment of being underwater in this swampy green substance. And the snake is in front of me. It's quite large. It's eaten me, essentially. It became about the size of a whale, and now I'm inside of the snake. There's a flame lit here. And a group of people are sitting around the flame. The fire pit in the snake's belly. 5 people sitting around the fire, and then myself. 6 people total. 6 is relevant. 6 is relevant in a situation. 6 is relevant in terms of time. 6 is relevant in terms of emotion. 6 is relevant in terms of something that I know. If I knew how to come to terms with this information that I don't know, what would I do? 6 guides. And I'm one of them. You're one of them. We're training. This is training right now. This is a lesson that we're moving through. Unknown category initially. Lesson. Teaching. We all stick our hands into the fire and it becomes this purple hue. It engulfs our hands. And all of us swirl into the center. The whole situation now becomes this swirling white and gray ball. The swirling white and gray vortex that's encapsulating the entirety of my visionary space now. Like I'm in the center, in the eye of a storm. Lightning struck this chair, and then all of a sudden my body just sat down, popped in. I feel very lightheaded. But I believe that's it. Is this session complete? Wonderful. So this emotion of adaptability, of movement, is this present within my large intestine meridian? Wonderful. This emotion of comparison, is this still present within my stomach meridian? Wonderful. Is there anything more that we need to know today? I believe that's all that I have for you. I hope that it was beneficial, and I will see you next time.